out at internet forums on bushcraft and woodsman skills, you've inevitably seen a post where somebody, a new person, will post up, hey, what kind of knife should I get for woods work? And you get, every recommendation known to man, from Moras to custom knives. But a lot of times what you'll see over and over again is someone who will say something to the effect of, whatever you do, don't get a hidden tang, because they're weak. And I understand where that's coming from. We've all seen pictures of K-bars and bucks and other production knives and semi-production knives that have been broken at the shoulder tang joint. But you can't jump from that observation to the conclusion that all hidden tangs are weak. If a hidden tang is built correctly, for all intents and purposes, it's just as strong as a full tang. Now you say, obviously, a full tang has more metal, more steel than a hidden tang does. That's true. But like I say, for all intents and purposes, for what you would use it for in the woods, it's just as strong as a hidden tang. Now when I say built right, of course that usually means custom knives. Yeah, I make custom knives. Yes, I make hidden tangs. But I'm not here to argue production versus custom. I'm here to say that production knives generally aren't made for the type of things we do with a knife. Heat treat is optimized in factory productions. They have thousands upon thousands of knives that they make in a day. So they can't specialize in the heat treat options that will make a hidden tang strong enough to do what we do. You look at most production knife hidden tangs, they're all hunting knives. Bucks, K-bar isn't a hunting knife necessarily, it's a military production knife, but again, it's factory produced, mass produced, and they can't pay attention to the heat treat. What I'm getting at is certain knives are made for certain things. A hunting knife isn't made to bash into a piece of wood. It's made to gut and skin an animal. So the point of this video is to show that hidden tang knives, again when built correctly, are a viable option for woodsmen to use every day. And we all know actions speak louder than words, so I'm going to show you. So these techniques are going to be ones that I use every day when I'm in the woods. Nothing out of the ordinary. After that's done, I'll step up to techniques that I consider abuse.
Now the wind has swept us all down to this mission wall. And the love we prayed to keep has buried us so deep. And me singing this same sad song, I fell into her arms, her warm and loving arms. She said, you can never be free, you can never be like me. Now I'm a mad dog and now me, now you, honey, are my queen. What a sweet tomorrow in the mellow wallow. Oh, there's still time to borrow. And in the mellow wallow, I'll never have it all. Tonight I'm screaming at the wall. Peel the paint off with my reed. Such material has no choice.
Alright, now we move on to Hell on Earth. This is Hedge, also known as Osage Orange, Bow Dark, also known as Destroyer of Axe Edges, and Breaker of Knives. This stuff is incredibly hard. It's one of the hardest woods in North America.
Under the great suburban sky, and I'll always holler in the mellow wallow. Oh, there's still time to borrow, and in the mellow wallow. washed me up upon a shore. Now I'm scratching down your door. All the words become my hands, cold and broken on the floor. Peeling goose flesh off your back, pulling back your long black hair. Now this beauty is my queen. Skinny arms so very slow, a perfume neck and a blanket of snow. Oh, what beauty, oh, what rain. I will sleep tomorrow, and in the mellow water. Oh, there's still time to borrow, and in the mellow water. I to gain control.
Alright, that pretty much covers the rough use that I do with a knife while I'm in the woods. Of course, there's lots of other techniques, but that's not what this is about. This is just about punishment that a knife will take. Alright, this is a pretty extreme technique, but sometimes it's viable.
Hey, I'm the original Iron John brass-mounted copper-bellied corpse maker from the wilds of Arkansas. Bow your necks and spread, for the pet child of calamity is a-coming. Ha! 2, 3, 4. Hey, mister, is that all you're gonna pour? I thought you said that we were drinking. We don't count the shots, we count the barrels. There's a light out here, don't go out. Sometimes it gets blinking correctly, and the spark can pop out parallels. Think I see a flicker in your light, we're gonna fight. The smell of weakness gets my hammer nailed in. I'm bad when I feel good, but I'm neater when I'm nailed.
Alright, now it's time to just get stupid. A lot of you are gonna laugh at this next one, but I've seen a lot of broken knives from people who threw them. So, just for abuse, let's throw it. Now keep in mind, I ain't no carny knife thrower, so this ain't gonna be pretty, but it'll prove a point.
Nest of vipers, and I slumbered there amongst them, and I drank all the midnight slaughter. When I woke, I ate up all the snakes, for I found myself hungered with a whip. I took their blood for water, filled only by the mark on.
Alright, so we proved two things. I can't throw a knife, and this hidden tang is tough.
One hand, I got a pistol in the other, so bow down, child of calamity is coming. Daredevil, proud to say, took it on the jaw. Bow down, child of calamity is coming.
Now it's time to go from the absurd to the ignorant. Even after all that I put the knife through, I know there's still people out there who think a hidden tang still is weak. To prove a point, I'm going to take a 2-pound sledge to this hidden tang knife and beat on it until it breaks. And you've all seen videos where people do that on hidden tangs and full tangs and everything else to prove a point that a hidden tang is weak. Let's find out. Before that, I want to do a comparison between the knife that I have and this Marbles Woodcraft, which is a factory production knife. It has no handle material, but to even things out, it's a lot wider tang than the knife I'm using. The knife I use has a rat tail, comes down to about 1/8 inch in width. It's not quite as wide here either. The real test anyway is in the steel. See how far it bends before it breaks. The farther it bends before it breaks, the better heat treat you have. If it just breaks, it's too hard. If it just bends and doesn't break, it's too soft. Here's the Woodcraft. Didn't bend at all. It just shattered. It didn't bend at all. See how much it bent before it broke? Now, anybody with any knife making experience will tell you that's what a knife's supposed to do whenever it's put under that kind of stress. That's how far it bent before it broke. So you can see the contrast between the marbles and the Soldier River. That it doesn't have a whole lot to do whether it's full tang or hidden tang. It has more to do with how it's heat treated and how it's built. A woods knife should be built first and foremost with edge geometry in mind. It should be built to slice and cut. Secondly, it should be built to be tough. So after all that we put this through, let's see if it's still a good slicer, still a good cutter. I got a nice rotted banana left over from breakfast this morning. So no normal user is going to use a knife, even as hard as I did in the woods. They're definitely not going to clamp it up in a vise and hit it with a 2-pound sledge. What that should tell you is if this knife will take this kind of abuse, it's perfectly viable for a woodsman's knife. If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you.